right, good morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for today. Very excited to be with you and to be able to focus on a virtue that is important to all of us in all parts of our life. And that virtue that we're going to focus on today is loyalty. So loyalty, let's read the description first, right? And then we'll talk about it a little bit. Loyalty is unwavering commitment to the people and ideals we care about. We are steadfast through good times and bad. Even when others disappoint us, we are resilient and forgiving. We invest in our relationships and do what it takes to keep them whole and strong. We stand by our true friends, whatever the cost. We don't allow blind loyalty to lead us into trouble. Above all, we must be true to ourselves and loyal to what we know is right. So what a great word, and something that we all appreciate in our friends. And I would say it's something that we can also appreciate in the things that we believe in. If we're loyal to our beliefs and loyal to the morals and ethics and values that we have, then we're going to also find that we're being loyal to the virtues that we all have inside of ourselves. And so today, while I'm looking at this, obviously this word has a lot to do with our personal relationships with each other. I want to expand that just a little bit and think about what is it or how is it that we can invest in our relationships and keep them whole and strong? What is it that we can do so that when others do disappoint us, that we have the willingness to be resilient, as it describes it here in the description, and be forgiving. So one of the things that I've been looking at here more recently is the way we think, the thoughts that we have, the patterns of thinking that we develop and create, the beliefs that we create in ourselves. And one of the things that can happen is we can begin to have what they call selective attention. And if we find ourselves so that we're only seeing the bad things or the things that are disappointing to us, or the things that are not so good for us, then we're going to find that we're going to see more and more of that, and our relationships will begin to dissolve. When in fact, it's very few people who are always bad, and we want to keep out of that habit of looking at things in that overgeneralized kind of way. And so, when we think about our relationships, when we get up in the morning and we know that we're going to have this meeting or that meeting with someone, or we're with our partner or with our children, what are we looking for in them? Are we looking for the things that are their best qualities, or are we looking at them in a manner that we can only see the things that that are upsetting to us or disappointing or frustrating to us, right? And I think that's part of loyalty. It's knowing that the true person that we're dealing with is this person who has all the virtues inside of them. They're a person who we that we know is a better person than that one particular instance, right? And we are careful not to allow our thinking to become an all or nothing kind of thinking, or an overgeneralizing kind of thinking, where this person is always doing this or always doing that. As soon as we say that word always, or we say the word never, they're going to quickly come back to us and tell us about a time that in fact they did or didn't do something, right? So that's an area that I think is a part of developing that loyalty that we can have with others. So when our commitment to each other is so important in our personal relationships, and in our business relationships, and in our community relationships. And so my encouragement today, and the thing that I'm thinking about, is no matter what the event is or who the person is, I want to try to see the best in them. I want to try and see what is best about them and remind myself of that. I might just say that that's the way the source of life sees things. They don't look, the source of life, the universe, God, however you want to describe it, doesn't look at a person and just say, this is the worst person ever. They're always looking for the best. And so, that's kind of an example that I'd like to follow too, more than probably I do. So we're going to keep working on that. How do we teach our kids about loyalty? I think that's an important question because it is an investment in relationships. And, we can help them obviously by setting the example, but we also want them to be loyal to their virtues, right? And to be loyal to their morals and to their ethics. And we want them to remind them of the things that the family believes in, the mission of the family, the vision of the family, of who we are as people and as individuals and as a family. And then when things come up, and it will, we know that there's going to be tiffs and all this stuff that goes on with kids, and many times the parents are more upset about that than the kids are, and soon they're right back together, right? I mean, that happens all the time. So we want to just remind our children about loyalty and what it is, and that it is a commitment to friendships. Now, that does not mean that we only look at only the good things. We're obviously going to be careful about relationships and that are becoming, not so good for us and maybe even toxic. And of course, we want to take steps to distance ourselves from those things. But many, many times we find ourselves in arguments and tiffs and struggles that are based on distorted thinking. And so that's the encouragement today that I have for both children and adults, right? And especially, I'm talking to myself today, to be sure, especially in family relationships, that we are careful to look for the best in others. So that's what the virtues are all about, right? And it's about helping each other and growing and developing as people so that we bring out the best in ourselves and in others. So thank you very much for being here today, and I look forward to this weekend. We'll have our virtues picks on Facebook written out. We'll be back on Monday. And if these little times when we talk about and focus on a certain virtue are helpful, or if you find them interesting, or if you find them helpful in any way, please share, and follow our YouTube channel or Facebook page. You can like me. I've not set up a separate page for all this. This is just who I am and what I'm doing. And so I just encourage you to come in and share with me. So until next time, keep practicing the virtues and the 4 C's of successful families. And that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. Until next time, bye.